Hey guys, what is going on? Chris here, doing a recap of last night and to look ahead to today's game for Sunday, November 13th. So last night was a pretty good night um, for us here on the premium lineups. Anthony, he definitely killed it, so definitely shout out to him. Anyway, let's do a recap here real quick and look ahead to today's four-game slate. So anyway, this was Anthony's, had a 319.9, so definitely, as I said, shout out to Anthony for the good lineup. Anyway, we both went Kyle Lowry here. Thought he was going to do more. He was looking good, and then, just kind of dudded out at the end, only had 30. Obviously, DeRozan took over for him as normal. They didn't need him as much. So, all right night. Took a little gamble on Lowry since he probably wasn't going to be well owned. Next was Marcus Smart. 16 points. He had 39 last night against the Knicks. I thought he'd get at least 25 here against Indy. It was a close game, so starters had to be out there a lot. Isaiah Thomas got hurt as well, but Smart just could not capitalize at all. Next was DeRozan. Really liked him quite a bit. He's just been very consistent, 49.4 for him. All right, next was Monte Ellis. So Paul George was out, plus Ellis had a really good game last night against Philly. So decided to pick Ellis here, 26.8. Not bad at all. Was hoping for about 30, but didn't happen. Played Boston pretty good, but in the end they did lose. Next was Butler. I wasn't too high on Butler. I thought maybe this would be a blowout because Washington didn't have Beal or Wall, but obviously Anthony knew something I didn't know. Anyway, Butler had 64. Very good night from him. Next was Miles. Same thing with Ellis. Paul George is out, so maybe, thought he'd do half decent. Took a dud, 18 points. So Smart and Miles would have got about 24 each, man. Would have been up there, but unfortunately it didn't happen. All right, then we had Davis, obviously, had 49.6. I think he could have got a lot more if the Lakers didn't blow it out there in the fourth quarter. And then Trevor Booker, I told you guys I liked him in the video yesterday. Hopefully you guys picked him. Had 36.6. Really wasn't doing much until the fourth quarter, and he just exploded. At one point, it was 104 to 102 with like 4 minutes left, and Brooklyn just went off. So I was hoping that was an overtime game, but it didn't happen. And then Kelly Olynyk had a solid 28.2, and he was only $3,500, so we'll take it. So overall, really good night. If you guys are interested in premium lineups, if you guys are struggling on NBA, definitely let us help you out. You get 4 lineups per day, 2 from me, 2 from Anthony. It's only $30 a month. Definitely can make your money back easy on that. So if you're interested, definitely email us. We will have our email in the comment section below. Or if you guys just need some extra NBA Fanduel help, maybe you're new to it. Also, you can message us and we'll get you all the help that you can get. So, So anyway, we're 11 game to a 4-game slate. It's usually like this because NFL is today, so not many basketball doesn't do too much. But anyway, it's a 4 o'clock start time on the West Coast, so just the same as normal. There's an early game, but we're not going to do that one. All right, like I said, 4-game slate, a whole bunch of West Coast matchups here. So, all right, first game, we got the Lakers and Minnesota Timberwolves. Both of them played yesterday. We got a 215 total and Minnesota by 4. So this one should be, a pretty close game as well. LA played pretty good against New Orleans. So I like this matchup. Both of these teams are pretty young. Ricky Rubio was back at 6,100. I wish he was a little bit cheaper than that because then I definitely play him. But I'm not going to play him in this one. Still easing him back into it. I don't mind D'Angelo Russell. Like I said, going to be a close game. 5,800, had a pretty good night last night against New Orleans, 32.4. Rubio is an all right defender, but not really going to scare me in this one. And then you got Zach LaVine. Every time I pick him, he decides he wants to dud. But I'm going to pick him in this one. See the last 2 games that I didn't pick him, he obviously did good. And the 2 games I did pick him, 9 and 19, did terrible. But Lakers, they're still developing. So I really do like Zach LaVine here. Should be, as I said, a high-scoring game. They're definitely going to need LaVine here. And then also don't mind Jordan Clarkson. I'd pick Lou Williams over Clarkson. I've always liked Lou Williams, and he's been very consistent. 34 against New Orleans. Told you guys to pick him last night. Hopefully you did. I like Lou here again. Still sitting at 5,000. Probably going to be playing the second team of Minnesota a lot, so I do like that. Out of all these three of these guys, just like last night, I'm going to pick Lou Williams. And then moving on, Wiggins is a must-play in almost every lineup. He loves to shoot the ball, and these last 3 games have been doing pretty good. 46-40, not too good against the Clippers, obviously, number 1 defense in the league. But against 2 bad defenses, Brooklyn and Orlando did very well. And I'm expecting him to shoot very well in this one, at least 37, 38 in this one, probably top out around 45 at his max. But love him. Don't mind Randall and Gorgie Dang. I'd probably pick Randall here because Dang, he's off and on. But Randall, very consistent player, still only sitting at that $6,300 price tag. 32 and 40 in his last 2. Another good matchup here against Minnesota. They're not as bad down low as maybe New Orleans, but I still don't mind it. Going to be a close game. They're going to need him. I like me some Randall. And then you got Gorgie Dang. He's a hit and miss kind of guy. As you see, he's, as I said, hit and miss, 22, 17, 39, and 16. So not consistent for me. Not going to take him here. Definitely Randall is going to be my power forward out of the 2. All right, Cat. I love Cat here tonight. Botu. Probably going to be at least 60, 70% owned, but you got to put him in there. We see centers just destroy the Lakers. Cousins has Anthony Davis, power forward / center. So all the big guys, big centers playing the Lakers do very well against them. So I really do like some Karl-Anthony Towns. So going to be one of the big games here. I target these 2 other games here, OKC and the Golden State game. Their spread is too much for me. So I'm really, these last couple games, really been trying to focus on those games that are close on the spread. So as I said, Towns, Randall, like those guys. Wiggins, probably just going to load up on this game, to be honest. Zach LaVine, Lou Williams, and don't mind Russell, but out of everyone, he'd be my last pick. But, yeah, I'm just going to load up crazy on this one. Going to be a very good matchup. It's been a while since they played, but last time they did play, Lakers beat them 119-115, so going to be a high-scoring game. All right, moving on, we got Orlando and Oklahoma City. We got a 203 total in Oklahoma by 9. So Oklahoma City, they lost last time they played only by 2 to one of the best teams in the league, the Clippers. I think Orlando's going to keep with them just for a little bit, and then in the fourth quarter, I think OKC should blow them out. But who knows? This might be a good matchup. Westbrook's just going to destroy Peyton, but Peyton also, I like Peyton as well. Westbrook, his defense is off and on, and they're going to need Peyton in a high-scoring game. I think Peyton gets you 30 here, maybe a little higher, but they're going to need him. I do like Peyton for $5,400 if you want to fade Westbrook. And then you got Evan Fournier. You got Victor Oladipo coming back he's not coming back, but he's facing his old team in Orlando. So if you guys believe in revenge games, maybe you can pick Oladipo. Wade didn't do too good in his revenge, but maybe Oladipo. Fournier not the best defender. Oladipo's all over the place. But for me, GPP play only for Oladipo. Fournier, he has to lead this Magic team. If they're going to want to keep it close, Fournier is going to have to be there. Another one of those hit and miss kind of guys, but maybe he's going to want to show up Oladipo. I'm not sure. Maybe 32 from him at max, but another one of those guys that's just all over the place. All right, next we got Aaron Gordon, Andre Robertson. Robertson, I guess he changed his name. Robertson, he's been all over the place. He's a hit and miss kind of guy. 28, and then just bad, and then some good games. So not facing that good of a defense. Maybe if you want to go out on a limb, but I'm probably not going to play him. But could be a GPP play. Aaron Gordon just really hasn't been doing it too much. Maybe pick him, but don't really care for him. Maybe Ibaka here against his old team. One guy that's kind of a GPP here is Enes Kanter. He's just not getting a lot of minutes, but when he plays, man, this guy is explosive. As you see, 21, 21, and 21 minutes. Just not getting many minutes, but man, he is very explosive. As I said, 34, 37, and 28 in 21 minutes. That's insane. So if you want to maybe do a GPP and think he's going to do that, go at it. He's just not getting those big minutes, but I think they're going to need him with the big guys down low. That Gordon's a big guy, Ibaka's big, and Vukovic. So they're going to need Kanter a little bit more here than normal. So look for him to be a pretty good GPP play. All right, you got Nikola Vukovic. I'm not too high on him. Who I am high on is Steven Adams. Orlando's not the best team against guarding the centers. Adams, another one of those guys that's all over the place. But the good thing about him, his minutes are always almost over 30. And if he gets me 30 minutes here against a team that's, let me go look, one of the worst here in the league against centers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're 6th worst against centers. Definitely sign me up. I don't mind Adams at all for $5,100. So that's where I'm going there. So I don't want to target too many because this could be a blowout, but also Orlando could make this close, so it could go either way. But for me, I may have to fade Russell Westbrook. Hard to say that, but I might have to. You got Peyton in there. I don't mind Fournier. Don't care for these small forwards. Power forward, GPP, and his Kanter. And then Steven Adams, I don't mind him as a cheap center option here tonight. So, all right, let's move on. We got Phoenix and Golden State. We got a 230 total in Golden State with a 16 spread at home. So last time they played, Phoenix actually kept it pretty close. They lost 106-100. They were in Phoenix, though. Golden State, a whole different team at home. So you got Steph Curry. He's going to be popular. I don't mind him. I kind of want to go cheap on my point guards tonight for some reason. I mean, I'm going to have Lillard in there. So out of all three of those guys, Westbrook, Curry, and Lillard, I'd probably pick Lillard if you had the pick. Not sure if you can get both of them in there, but I would pick Lillard. Don't mind Curry. He loves to score those points. Phoenix is not good against the point guard position. So I don't mind Curry at all. He's going to be very popular just for you guys to know that. So, I mean, if I had the pick, I'd definitely go Kevin Durant here over Steph Curry. And then you got Booker, you got Klay Thompson. Is this going to be a Booker show where he shoots 25 times to keep him in it? He's, these last 3 games, he just haven't found his touch, but even against Golden State, he only had 10. So kind of a GPP. He's one of those guys that, he could get you 25, 26, or as you see, he could definitely go off. He might go off here. They're going to need him a lot, but 6,500, I'm not sure if I can get him in there. There's Klay Thompson. You might have to have him just to have him. I don't really care for him. He's just not the same guy this year. He's all over the place. He's going to be very popular. So if he only gets you 22 points and he's 65% owned and you have, let's say, somebody else, and then they get you 30, then boom, you're ahead of the crowd. So Thompson going to be popular. I just don't see the huge upside, around 25, 26 for him. But I love me some KD. I don't mind Warren. He's going to be very popular. I mean, there's only 4 games, but this game draws a lot of popularity. So I don't mind Warren. He's been up and down, but, he got 38 last time against Golden State. So, going to have to put him in there, even though he's going to be very well owned. And then, like I said, Durant, love him. Don't mind Mystery Draymond Green. Phoenix not that good inside. I think he'll just go to work. So not many good power forwards out there. So you're probably going to have to put him in your lineup here tonight. And then you got Marquise Chris. He's been starting, but he just hasn't done anything. Yeah, I mean, he had 22 against Brooklyn, but doesn't really get the minutes, so not really high on Chris. And then we got Alex Lynn. Not sure if Tyson Chandler is going to be back or not. I don't mind Lynn, but 5,700. They shot his price up really high because they know what Lynn can do, so they decided to put it up there, which kind of is annoying. I don't mind Lynn, 57. I'd probably pick Adams here. I think he'd be less popular than Lynn if you want to get away from people. But Lynn, out of the 2, I think is the guy that could go off. But Adams, I think, has a higher floor than Alex Lynn does. And then don't really care for any of those other guys. So going to be popular, might be a blowout, so I'm not going to have too much exposure to this one. Maybe, like I said, Durant, and maybe Warren, but don't really want too much exposure because Golden State could just rest in the fourth quarter. So, all right, last game we have Denver and Portland. We got a 216 total in Portland by 5. So, for me, Portland, Denver, and in the Laker Minnesota game, I'm going to target just because the spread is so close, and the starters are going to have to stay in there a lot longer than normal. All right, so as I said, Lillard going to be my number one point guard tonight. Denver just is very bad against the point guard position. Moutier is not a good defender. Lillard's just going to eat him up like crazy. So Lillard, definitely the way to go here. Could at least get you 50. Hopefully this game stay close. But in the end, I really do think Portland may end up pulling away in the fourth quarter. But I love Lillard here. So that's kind of where I'm going to go there at the point guard. Don't really care for Moutier in this one. I love McCollum quite a bit. Very explosive player. 7,400. A little expensive, but shooting guard is just terrible. So at minimum, he'll probably get you around 28, 29 at minimum. So very good floor right there for him. All right, Gallinari, yes, looks good, but I'm going to go Wilson Chandler. He's back, 5,200. Gets about the same amount of points as Gallinari. Working him back into it. He had 30 minutes, so he was out for 2 days, but went straight back in the action. Didn't do too well against Detroit. They're a pretty good defense, though. Portland is as well, but I don't mind Chandler here. Maybe get some extra run. So going to put him out there for 5,200. Definitely don't mind. I'd rather have Warren, but don't mind Chandler if you want to go a little bit cheaper. And then you got Harkless, maybe, but he just doesn't have that huge upside at all. And then one guy that maybe you can pick if he's in the starting lineup again, GPP only, though, is Myers Leonard. He didn't do too bad against Sacramento. He had 19 points, but, he could probably get you 24 25 tonight if you just want to go really risky GPP. But besides that, not the biggest upside there. And then I don't mind Mr. Nurkic at all. Portland is not that good inside whatsoever, so Nurkic probably going to be half decent, even though he has been – all right, never mind. I might change that out. Sorry about that. Didn't know how bad he is. Man alive. But Mason Plumlee then on the flip side here, he's been a very consistent player for him. 32, not too good against the Clippers, but Mason Plumlee, I don't mind him. If you had the pick between Adams and Plumlee, oh, man. I'd say toss up, probably put both of them in there evenly. I don't think Denver's not really that bad against the center position. Maybe they got worse. Let me find them here. All right, my bad. There they are. So they were number one, but now they're middle of the road. So they're not as good as they are. So not as good as they used to be. Sorry. So then you got Jokic. You got some Fareed. Fareed looks like he's been eating some minutes as well. He's pretty good off the bench for him. So I don't mind Fareed if you're just looking for 23, 24, but not the big upside. Jokic is going to be very popular. His price is so Denver bigs just really haven't been doing too much. As you see, they're just not been good. Fareed's been the best one, which is kind of sad to say that. So probably would stay away from the bigs there for Denver. Like I said, don't mind Gallinari if you want to put him in there. But I just don't know who else to pick up here. Any of these cheap guys, just maybe Crab. I don't know why you got 37 minutes, but so yeah, it's going to be an all right game here. Lillard, like I said, don't mind him. I'm going to have some McCollum. Don't mind Chandler, and then Mason Plumlee in there as well. So as I said, probably some. I'm going to have a lot. Almost every single one of exposure to this one. So. But I'm really going to have a lot to that LA game. So, all righty, with that being said, let's get into this little lineup here, rough draft lineup for you guys. All righty, so as I said, I love me some Lillard. And then let's see who we got here. I'm going to go Peyton, as I said. They're going to need him here against OKC. So, and I don't think he'll be as popular as some of those guys. And then you got – I really want to go McCollum, Levine, but I don't think I can get them in there. And then you got Wiggins and Durant. Gonna have both of those guys in there. Go Steven Adams. Let's go. Oh, my bad. Not Gorgie Dang. Sorry. Randall. GPP, I guess, with Canner. And then something like that. That's not final at all, but just really briefly of who I talked about and who I like. So anyway, Lillard and Peyton, my GPP, McCollum and Levine, like those guys. I really like Kevin Durant and Andrew Wiggins at my small forward. So if you can plug those guys in there, that's a solid small forward right there. And then you got Randall. Then you're going to have to punt with your other power forward. I don't mind Draymond at all. I mean, it's mostly Draymond and Randall, but as I said, you can punt with Enes Kanter. Maybe he'll go off. Maybe he'll just dud. It's one of those GPP. And then you got Adams. You got Plumlee are my two mid-range centers I like a lot. And then obviously get some Karl Anthony Towns as my big guys. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. If you don't want to go Peyton, may have to just spend up to Westbrook, but I don't know how you can do that. There's not too many cheap options that you can really save here. So, yeah, I think that does it. Only a little 4-game slate. It's going to be a little hard. I probably won't play too much because I'm going to be focusing on NFL quite a bit, but I don't really like these small slates. Hard to separate yourself, so probably some double ups, and that's probably really it. Not going to put too much on this one. So, all right, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you guys are interested in premium lineups, definitely let Anthony and I know. You will get 4 lineups per day, 2 from me and 2 from Anthony. It's only $30 a month, so definitely hit us up. Or if you guys are really struggling and need some advice and help, definitely message us as well, and we'll help you as much as we can. So, all right, I think that does it, guys. If you do enjoy the video, leave a like. We definitely do appreciate it. All right, hope everyone has a good Sunday. Hopefully you guys enjoy NBA and some NFL, and we'll see you guys on Monday. Have a good night.